Hi there, John from Trucker Weather again. This is going to be an actual weather related trucker weather and not a chop busting video that I did yesterday. By the way, that was all in fun. No harm done. Just having a little fun. Anyway, so what I'm going to talk about today is percentage of precipitation, or POP, that you'll see in forecasts or forecast discussions if you're a little bit of a weather nerd like I am. And it's one of the most misunderstood things there is, and it's what gives people like me, and especially the professional meteorologists, a bad name. Because people don't understand what this forecast means when somebody says the forecast is for 30% chance of rain. They mistake that to mean that 30% of the area will get rain, or that there's a 1 in 3 chance that it's going to rain at all. That's not what it's about. The percentage of precipitation is calculated by the forecaster certainty of something happening and then the aerial coverage that's expected. So those are two subjective things that you get some help with the models with. As you're seeing on our radar here, there's a 30% chance of rain today. Now, it rained in my area a little bit, and if I was one of these people that thought it was a 1 in 3 chance, or that only 30% of the area was going to get it, I'd be like, oh, these weather guys don't know what they're talking about. But the forecast was correct. Because if you look at the radar, their forecast responsibilities go all the way over here. So at any particular point during the particular time that they are thinking, which they mention in the forecast, which again people don't pay attention to, they think about this, they click on the weather forecast, says 30% chance of rain, they don't have any idea what time they're talking about. So they may be talking about after 6 p.m., but they didn't bother to read that part. So if it doesn't rain until 7, people are like, well, that forecast is wrong. These weather guys don't know what they're doing. So that's what happens. So for today, what they can do with, say, this forecast here. Forecaster certainty, let's say it's 100% certain that there's going to be some rain, and that he only thinks, or she, depending on who's working, thinks that there's going to be 30% coverage. So you take those two numbers, you multiply them together, and you come up with a 30% chance of rain. So I'll leave you, not to make this video too long, there's plenty of stuff on the web about this, but I implore you to learn what that means and make sure to correct all your friends when they say, the weather folks don't know what they're doing. They said it was going to rain today, and they were wrong. If it rained 10 miles away from you, it probably wasn't a wrong forecast. It probably was right. But you got to understand what the forecast means. There aren't any models, which is the forecasters are dependent on, because there's a whole lot of calculus and physics involved in this, and somebody running around with a calculator trying to do it all is impossible with the amount of data that is ingested in today's modern meteorology. It's done by supercomputers in Maryland and a couple other places, and it's numbers that cannot be crunched by one person. So they have to depend on the models. So there's no model that has a grid or a resolution that's small enough to decipher when a particular storm or particular raindrop or particular cloud will fall or form in a particular spot. It doesn't work that way. So you have to use your meteorological senses, a little bit of help from the models to figure out what the aerial coverage of this precipitation is going to be. If it's a hurricane, for instance, good chance it's going to rain probably everywhere. Good sized low that has a lot of, that's growing, that has a lot of moisture, good chance it's going to be a big large lump of rain and precipitation. But like today, the precipitation is happening from a storm that's offshore, off the Jersey Shore, and it's just coming around on a backwards trend. You don't know whether it's going to dry out before it gets there, what the aerial coverage exactly is going to be. The models show it as scattered, so therefore we have the 30% forecast. So I'll leave you, when I'm recording here, you can pause the video and read this. This is from weather.gov media, weather education. And this is a good example of what I've been talking about in probably better form than I'm giving it to you. Trucker weather for, the hell is today? I don't even know. 23rd? Gotta check my phone. But my phone, I don't know nothing. Yeah, 23rd. Trucker weather for May 23rd, 2020. Thanks for watching.